I want to start off with this. Your inner condition will lead your outward direction. I want us to all write that down. I want you to say that your inner condition will lead your outward direction. What's happening on the inside of you will be the determining factor on what leads you and guides you. We are guided by our emotions. I'm a creature of emotions. Anybody here, you are bound by your emotions. You know, I'm still trying to help my son learn how to handle his emotions. You know, there's times where he gets riled up and he gets, I went to pick up my mom at the airport the other day, and we drove into our neighborhood, and there was Haston running away from another boy in our neighborhood because they're playing ball, and he had the ball and the other kid wanted the ball. And so I'm watching this whole thing unfold. And all of a sudden my son and this other kid get into a fight. Oh, snap. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. The other kid started it. But what happened was my son, the way he responded to it, elevated the situation. And I'm sitting there watching this, and finally I jump out of the car. I'm like, hey. You know, I'm trying to stop this thing. Break it up. And as I'm sitting with my son, I realized something, that the 6-year-old kid is still learning his emotions and how to deal with his emotions. And then I realized that I'm 37 years old and I'm still learning how to deal with my emotions. And I'm no different than my 6-year-old son. Now I may not erupt like he erupted. He's like, and did the whole 6-year-old fight, you know. I may not do that, but there are emotions inside of me that, because I don't know how to handle it, because I don't know what's going on, and these emotions erupt inside of me, it begins to become the determining factor that leads my outward direction. I build relationships a lot of times off of my emotions, how I feel or how I don't feel. I go to places and do things on how I feel or how I don't feel. Everybody understand what I'm saying? I've got this thing inside of me, these emotions, these inward conditions that lead my outward direction. I want us to look, as we unpack this passage, at something very unique: the inward condition of the children of Israel. Because we find that through their entire journey in the desert, their inward condition was that continued to lead their outward direction constantly. Their perspective was death, not life. Isn't that interesting? It would have been better for us to die. Everybody say die. It would be better for us to die in captivity to the Egyptians than to die in the desert. Whatever happened to live? Why is it, I'd rather live in captivity to Egypt than live in the desert. But they were so conditioned, the condition of death was so in their spirit. It was their idea, because all they had seen was death. I mean, they were dying all the time. I mean, they were in captivity. They were getting brutalized. They were getting whipped. Their lifespan was short. And this idea of death, the condition of death, was in them.